Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Bullish or Bearish. My name is Tony Chu. I'm here with my sister Angela, and we're from Success Options Group. And we're bringing you another episode where we talk about some of the hot topics in the financial area. And what this really gets at is trying to give you both sides of the story so that you can make a better choice for yourself.
So what is our cool topic for today? Well, what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about the Great Resignation. And now you might be asking, like, what the heck are you talking about? I'm talking about the fact that so many people have been quitting their jobs and going and finding new jobs. And now I'm taking the positive side to it. As the individual, why would you quit your job? Because you want to get a better job that pays more, has better benefits, that works better with your home life. I mean, there are so many reasons why this is a good thing, because that means people are actually moving forward into finding better places to work, better things that fit for their life. They're actually, in a sense, moving forward in their financial situation because they're going from something that doesn't work to something that is working better.
So, okay, I will take the opposite side. So what I see the issue with this is that it's very much like the stock market, which is like where everything is going good, right? Like the stock market just keeps going up. It's like, oh, I can just keep hopping from job to job and I could keep making more money. So I will admit that when you move jobs, that's the best time to get huge pay raises, right? But I would say that what people aren't thinking about is the understanding that there is the opposite side of this that can occur, right? So just like in the stock market, like we teach in our workshops and the training sessions, how do you account for when there's a downturn in the market? How do you account for those kind of situations where it's not so rosy, right? And maybe this is being a pessimistic, but like we're seeing indications with inflation, with all the various things happening in the world that, not everything is as rosy as people think.
Well, the problem is it's not just about whether or not the world is rosy or not. The fact is that there are so many labor shortages. People are hiring. They need people. So if you are a person who's like just thinking about like, well, what's best for me and my family, my individual situation, my individual financial situation, it makes sense to like go and find something that works better, And considering how many openings there are, I mean, if you look at the numbers and the reports that they've talked about, like most of the people who have quit their job have all found better jobs almost immediately because there's just that much need for labor right now.
So here's the downside to that. So yes, there like all the news has said, like there's never been better opportunities to find a new job. So this is where I was talking about the downside of things. So people forget about 2008. Or even just like the COVID, when COVID first happened, right? The unemployment kind of went down. So when you are that new person in a place, you're also the first person that gets cut, right? Because you don't have that kind of track record. You don't have that well known with your new bosses, with those kind of people don't know you or they don't have experience, especially if it's more of a remote kind of work job too, right? So what happens is you're the first one on the chopping block usually, right? And that's when you hit those downturns in the economy, companies tighten, right? They reduce headcount, and that's how they try to stay alive as a business.
So you bring up a good point about that. But the whole point is that these jobs that we move to are all better jobs for our situation. Now, all it means is that you need to make better planning. You have to actually have a good financial plan. Don't spend, like you suddenly have a better job, you're making more money, put some of that money away for, in case, or invest some of it. Like do something to like educate yourself on how to like make more money with your money, like how to invest it wisely, how to like make sure that you have a backup plan, because just because you don't have that track record does not mean that you should give up on like having a job that you feel more respected at, having a job that has better benefits, having a job that pays more. I mean, these are all the reasons that people quit. I mean, people go to a new job because they want more opportunities, more possibilities for advancement. I mean, if you find a job, then that's why people are resigning. they are finding these jobs where they're having better opportunities, better payment. All it means is that when you find this job, you have to have the right plan for it so that, you take care of that in case something happens.
So, I hear you and I agree. Like, I think I've read studies before, like most people quit jobs because of their boss, right? Or the working environment, they're overworked. Now, I think this is where I'm trying to come from, is that understanding the whole dynamics that we're seeing within the financial markets, within the whole economy, right? So inflation, right? They keep saying it's like 7-8%, right? And we say maybe it's really double that, right? And we've had a video before where we've talked about inflation. And what that's causing is people have to keep raising how much money they're paying out to people. And this is where we're getting at with the financial markets part of this, is that if everybody keeps going up, and then if everybody has to keep paying more and more, right, then at some point the bottom line, the revenues get impacted, right, and your expenses go up, and now you're stuck in this position where the company has to do a lot of different things in order to survive. And that's what we're seeing in the financial market. There's a lot of volatility, right, because of all these different dynamics playing into our economy.
Well, that actually builds right into, like, when you're looking for that new job, you still have to do the same thing like we recommend people to do, like for the stock market, is you have to do your due diligence. You have to make sure that the company that you're moving to, that the new job that you're getting, you're not just going for one reason, that it's actually a good company that you're willing to stay for. Because that is one of the things with the big resignation. The companies know that this is happening. So they're not going to want people who hop jobs every 2 weeks either. So when you make that choice to get a new, better job, you still have to do your due diligence, like we tell people to do for their stock trading. Like, is this a good, like, do your fundamental analysis? Is this a good company to work for? Is their management good? Are my advancement possibilities good? I mean, you have to do all those things that we tell you to do when you're looking at a stock you want to buy, because you're doing the same thing. You're making a decision about your life. And doesn't, making that kind of decision, like, isn't it worth some time trying to figure it out and make sure that it's the right decision for you?
Yeah. And the other thing to watch out for is the financial side, like your 401ks, your health saving accounts, all of those, when you're moving from job to job, you need to be aware of how to keep consolidating them, how to like move them over. And that's something that people don't pay attention enough to, right? And they just leave it at their old workplace, and it just sits there, and it doesn't do what they need it to do to keep growing, so that you are preparing for your retirement or for your financial future.
That is one of the biggest things that I think also, because people talk about, oh, they moved for a better benefits. Yes, but what about your old benefits? That doesn't mean your old benefits were worthless. So you have a point there in that people still need to have a good plan. And that's really what we talk about in like all of our workshops and all of our, programs, is about, it's not just about learning or, doing due diligence. It's also about having a plan that works for you, the right plan for you and your unique situation, because that's really what lets you succeed at what you're trying to, like, reaching your goal.
Yeah. So I agree. So make sure, if you like this video, hit the like, hit the subscribe, watch some of our other videos. If you're in the job market, you're looking for something, and this applies to you, good luck. And, make sure that you're also thinking about all these plans that we were talking about. Like, how does this impact your finances? How does this impact your stability and your future job possibilities, right? So once again, thank you for watching us, and we'll see you next time.